In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly dealing with stress and anxiety. From the moment we wake up to the time we go to bed, our minds are filled with worries about the future, regrets from the past, and overwhelming thoughts. But what if I told you that there is a simple, powerful tool you already have that can help calm your mind and restore peace within you? This tool is as close to you as your next breath. In this video, we will explore how the Buddhist teachings on breathing can help you overcome anxiety and find true inner peace. You will discover how focusing on your breath can center your mind, ease your worries, and bring you back to the present moment. The power of breath. Breathing is something we do automatically without even thinking about it. It's a natural process that keeps us alive. However, very few of us are aware of the profound connection between our breath and our mental state. Did you know that the way we breathe can influence how we feel emotionally and physically? This is where the teachings of the Buddha come in. In Buddhism, breathing is not just a physical act, but also a spiritual practice. The Buddha taught that by observing and controlling our breath, we can bring peace to our mind, reduce stress, and eliminate anxiety. By simply becoming aware of each breath, we can let go of the distractions and worries that cloud our minds. The cycle of anxiety. When we feel anxious, our breath becomes shallow and quick. Our body tenses up, and our mind spirals out of control with negative thoughts. This creates a vicious cycle of anxiety. The more we worry, the more our breath becomes erratic, and the more erratic our breath becomes, the more our anxiety intensifies. But there's a way out of this cycle. By consciously focusing on our breath, we can break the chain of anxiety and restore balance to our mind and body. This is the power of breath. When you focus on your breathing, you are bringing your attention to the present moment, allowing you to step out of the cycle of fear and uncertainty. A Buddhist story of transformation. Let's take a moment to reflect on a story from Buddhist teachings. There was once a traveler who was overwhelmed with anxiety and fear about his future. No matter what he did, he could not shake the feeling of dread that followed him wherever he went. His mind was consumed with thoughts of failure, loss, and regret. He sought help from a wise monk who lived in a peaceful temple nestled in the mountains. The monk listened attentively to the traveler's fears and struggles. After hearing his story, the monk calmly said, "The key to peace lies in the present moment. The future does not exist yet, and the past is gone. All that you have is the present moment, and within that moment, there is no room for anxiety." The monk then guided the traveler to sit quietly, focusing on his breath. Breathe in deeply and slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs, the monk instructed. Breathe out, letting go of all your worries. With each breath, you are letting go of your fear and tension. As the traveler followed the monk's instructions, he felt a subtle change within him. His breath became deeper, slower, and more natural. The tension in his body started to ease, and his mind, once filled with chaotic thoughts, began to calm. Slowly but surely, he began to understand the power of the breath and how it could bring him back to the present moment, free from the worries of the future. The practice of mindful breathing. This simple practice of mindful breathing is known in Buddhism as Anapanasati, which translates to the mindfulness of breathing. It is one of the most fundamental practices in meditation. By focusing on the breath, we train our minds to be present and aware of the moment. This helps us break free from the mental patterns of anxiety, fear, and stress. To practice Anapanasati, find a quiet place to sit comfortably. Close your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose, feeling the air fill your lungs. Then, exhale slowly and completely, releasing any tension or stress with each breath. Focus on the rhythm of your breathing, allowing your mind to settle and become still. With each breath, You are letting go of negative thoughts and emotions and bringing yourself back to a place of peace. The science of breath and anxiety. You may be wondering, why does focusing on our breath have such a powerful effect on our anxiety and stress? The answer lies in the mind-body connection. When we are stressed or anxious, our sympathetic nervous system is activated, triggering the fight or flight response. This increases our heart rate, raises our blood pressure, and causes shallow, rapid breathing. By focusing on deep, slow breathing, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms the body and reduces the physical symptoms of stress. Deep breathing helps lower cortisol levels, the hormone associated with stress, and triggers the release of endorphins, which promote a sense of well-being. In essence, by breathing consciously, we are sending a signal to our body that it is safe to relax. This simple act can counteract the effects of stress and anxiety, leading to a calmer, more centered state of mind. Overcoming the fear of the future. One of the most profound teachings of Buddhism is the idea that our fears and anxieties are often rooted in our attachment to the future. We worry about what might happen, about things beyond our control. But the future is always uncertain. It is only when we are able to focus on the present moment and breathe into the now that we can find peace. Imagine you are standing at the edge of a cliff, looking out into the vast unknown. The future stretches out before you, full of possibilities, both good and bad. But rather than focusing on what might happen, you take a deep breath and bring your awareness back to the present moment. In this moment, there is no fear. There is only peace, and that peace, once discovered, can carry you through any uncertainty. The gift of acceptance. An important part of breathing and mindfulness is the practice of acceptance. Often, we resist our fears and anxieties, trying to push them away or deny them. But the Buddha taught that true peace comes from accepting our feelings, rather than fighting against them. When we breathe deeply and accept our emotions as they are, we stop giving them power over us. This doesn't mean we have to like our feelings of fear or anxiety. It simply means we acknowledge them without judgment and allow ourselves to experience them fully. As we breathe through these emotions, we can release them more easily, allowing space for peace and calm to return. Conclusion. The secret to inner peace lies not in eliminating anxiety or fear, but in learning how to be present with them. By focusing on our breath, we return to the present moment, where there is no fear of the future or regret over the past. We can let go of our worries and embrace the peace that is always available to us, just beneath the surface of our thoughts. So, the next time you feel overwhelmed by anxiety or fear, remember the power of your breath. Take a moment to breathe deeply and let the present moment guide you back to peace. It is always within your reach. Thank you for watching, and may you find peace in every breath you take. If this video has brought you any sense of calm, please consider subscribing and liking the video. I look forward to sharing more teachings with you in the future. Take care and remember, your breath is your constant companion, guiding you to peace.